Fellow warriors, how's going? This is Kessen in the form of Saki, and today we are going to look at some Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I'm pretty sure some of you will probably be interested. And I'm in fact referring to an archetype of cards that are called Ancient Warriors. Now, we are having a look at those Ancient Warriors, and they've been out for a bit, so they're sort of new. Not really that new now, but yeah, they've been released for quite a few months. Not sure how long exactly. I don't keep up with the dates of Yu-Gi-Oh, but I do often play casually though. So we are having a look at the Three Kingdoms cards because there are Three Kingdoms inspired. Those cards, they don't have their full names, but they do have, as you can see, names that refers to the courtesy name. For example, this is Cao Cao, Cao De, which is from his courtesy name, Meng De. As you can see, so the way cards are portrayed with the phoenix feathers, which I think is pretty cool. So for those who play Dynasty Warriors, you'll be a little bit confused not to see that way it's blue, but it's actually red, which it fits more. Personally, I do think the way faction is supposed to be red. If you play Kessen 2, then you'll probably see that Cao Cao's faction it's red and it's blue. So it might remind you of Kessen 2 for those who play the game. So as you can see, Meng De here, it's portrayed really well. Ambitious Salmon Day, those have a very ambitious look, and his effect, can I just say, those fit Cao Cao pretty well, because I'm pretty sure you can take control of one of your opponent's monsters. Like if your opponent controls, if a card your opponent controls is destroyed by battle card effect, you can send one other card from your hand or field to a graveyard and special summon this card from your hand. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sent to a graveyard, you can special summon it in defense position. See, it is really very fitting for Cao Cao because Cao Cao likes recruiting men of talent, and after defeating them, so for example, when he put Guan Yu in jeopardy, he did everything in order to recruit him. He also tried to recruit Liu Bei, but failed. He always tried to recruit people. So when Cao Cao defeats an opponent's monster, he will summon. You can summon the monsters in your field, in defense position, not in attack position. Be careful, in defense, because Cao Cao wants to control people. So he puts them in defense, not in attack. Right, and this is probably my favorite. Oh god, that's definitely my favorite. As you can see, I don't know what I'm adding. It's adding cards, but. Oh, it's adding more cards. Oh, god damn it. Well, I'll fix that later. Because I made a deck. So, Savage Dongying. Donjo. We have Donjo. This design of Donjo, it's absolutely amazing. It's very well portrayed. I don't know why he has red nails. I think the outline had a bit of fun of painting his nails in red. I don't know what's his effect. I don't read all the effects. So... we will have a look now at all the effects. What does he do? Your opponent must pay 4 life points to a card effect. So, Donjo has the tax effect. Very typical of Donjo, in fact. Because cards to... You know, there's this saying of Yu-Gi-Oh! If a monster constantly makes your opponent pay life points to active card effects, it's called tax. So Donjo has a tax effect. It perfectly fits for Donjo. It can also special summon very easily. If a monster is sent to your opponent's graveyard, you can turn one card your opponent's graveyard, banish it. If you do draw one card, that's very typical of Donjo, in fact, to just banish everybody who stands in his way, and then he draws a card. It makes you draw a card. That's perfect of Donjo. That's fucking perfect. The draw effect for Donjo, it's perfection. So, there's also one of my favorite, John Nide, John Fei. It's really, really well done. Even the spear is absolutely well done. You can see the spear better in another card. So you can only use John Fei once per. Okay. If you control 2 or more ancient monsters, okay. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, oh, be careful. He has an effect that apparently works if he's on his own. That's typical of John Fei. This card can make up to 2 attacks. That's so fitting for John Fei. That is so damn fitting, really. That John Fei can make up 2 attacks, really, because if he's on his own. Then we have Guan Yun Chang. Even his Guan Lao, his blade is perfect, absolutely. What does he do? Hold on. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, like John Fei, you can target one monster your opponent controls destroyed. You can only use... okay. So he has a similar effect than John Fei, but he does not attack twice. So as you can see, Guan Yu is less reckless here. He just destroy. That's typical of Guan Yu. Like Guan Yu, it's a very intimidating, one of the most intimidating warriors of ancient China, of the Chinese folklore, because now Guan Yu became a legend, became a god, so he is quite intimidating. So he has the effect to just destroy. He doesn't need to attack like John Fei. No, he will just destroy. Also, I do like how John Fei has 200 attack points more, but he has quite a low defense. But Guan Yu has 200 attacks less than John Fei. But he has a bit of higher defense. That's really fitting indeed. This shows how reckless John Fei is and how... well, how Guan Yu I'm not saying Guan Yu is... well, Guan Yu is definitely smarter than John Fei, but I'm not saying he's the smartest of the Three Kingdoms period. So, but at least he's not reckless. So, now we have my favorite of the Wei generals. Zhang Yuan. Zhang Liao. This is Zhang Liao. Wen Yuan is his courtesan name, so... that's definitely Zhang Liao. He also has he has a battle axe. Well, sort of a battle axe. Yeah. You know the one, but it's a bit longer from the one he has in Dynasty Warriors. At the start of the damage step, when your ancient warrior monsters battle an opponent in space of monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if you do that, opponent monsters lose 1,000 attack points. That's perfect because... so Zhang Liao has the effect to decrease the attack points. That's really fits for Zhang Liao, because Zhang Liao uses fear to decreases the attack point of your opponent's monster. So Zhang Liao is known to be very, very feared. There's also the saying that children becomes quiet here in the name of Zhang Liao. The children stopped crying. Because Zhang Liao is a very, very scary man. So the fact that he has the effect to, you know, to make your opponent monsters lose attack point, it really fits. If a card's opponent your opponent controls is destroyed by battle card effect, you can turn one card your opponent controls, destroy it. It's a very fearful effect in one of Zhang Liao. It does fit him definitely. This is Sun Mo. Sun Jumo, I think that's his Sun Chuan's courtesy name. That's Sun Chuan, by the way. What does he do? Yeah, it does have also... it doesn't like have the best stats, but he's also 4-star. So you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard. Add one ancient monster from your deck to your hand, except himself. If you're on, this is fixed because Sun Quan does not rely on battle. Sun Quan relies on his allies. So what does Sun Quan do? He will add a card, an ancient warrior from the deck to the hand. He's calling upon one of his warriors. That's what Sun Quan does. Sun Quan is a ruler. Is the is the ruler of the Wu Kingdom that relies a lot on his allies. He does not have the strength to fight on the field. So, what can Sun Quan do? He can only rely on his generals. So what does he do? He adds you can search the deck to add one of the ancient warriors so they will fight on Sun Quan's steed. He also has another effort. Hold on. If your other ancient warrior's monster's effort is activated, except during the damage step, you can target one monsters your opponent controls. Return to the hand. Yeah, he does not have a destroy effort. He does have a return to hand. Okay. That fixed because Sun Quan doesn't really have the strength, like I say, doesn't have the strength to fight. So yeah, he can only return to hand, as you can see. And that's Zhou Yu. Got it. I'm trying to zoom it, but hold on. Let's see. Let's do this instead. Let's just look for them. Okay. Right. So that's Zhou Yu. Graceful Zhou. Yeah, graceful as well. It's also called graceful. He's graceful because Zhou Yu was known for his beauty. So, and for his grace, with his sword skills, you can target one continuous spell trap card you can. Sorry, you can target one continuous spell or trap you control. Send to the graveyard, and if you do, add one ancient warrior spell trap from your deck to your hand. So it's basically swapping strategies. That's what I gathered. If your other ancient warrior monster's effort is activated, except you can target one effort monster your opponent controls, negate its effect until end of this turn. You can only use okay. So basically, Zhou Yu negates the effects of the card. It's a negate. It does fit Zhou Yu pretty well, especially the fact that he has he does have it's a support for your continuous and trap spells, which is it's a common thing for the Ancient Warriors deck. As you can see, there's the southeast wind, the southeast wind, the one that Zhuge summons for the Battle of Chubi. As you can see, borrowing arrows. So we will go looking into those later. So it does fit Zhou Yu, definitely. And that's Lu Zijing. Let me see if I can. Oh god. Okay, there. Lu Zijing. No, not Lu Zijing. Sorry. No, this is. I kind of got confused. If this is either Lusu or Lu Mong, I will be honest. But I think it has to be. I think it's Lusu. I'm a bit confused at this card. I can't tell if it's Lusu or Lu Mong. From the looks of it, it looks like it cannot be Lu Mong because Lu Mong will have an higher attack than Lusu. It will definitely. I'm sorry, but Lu Mong will definitely have an higher attack than Lusu. Plus, it's a bit too old than being Lu Mong, so I will go with Lu Zijing. It's a courtesy name of Lusu, so it has to be Lusu because Jing, Lu Zijing, so it has to be Lusu. Right, I will go with Lusu. You can target one continuous spell trap you control. Send it to the graveyard, and if you do, add one ancient warrior spell trap with a different name from your graveyard to your hand. If your ancient warrior's monster is activated, damage step, you can target one spell trap your opponent controls, destroy it. Yeah, so it does have an effect to destroy spell and trap effect, which it all seems to be kind of right for Lusu. It's also support for spell trap cards because he's a strategist, Lusu, theoretically. So he's is the second Grand Commander after Zhou Yu. He's the Zhou Yu's successor. So it seems to be just right that he shares a bit of a similarity with Zhou Yu. So who's the next? Jashu. This is Jashu. Let's see what Joshu's effort is. You can turn on continue spell, trap, you control send to the graveyard, and if you do, all the attack of two face-up monsters on the field until the end of the turn. So, Joshu, as you can see, he's this is a very, you can feel how evil the effort is. You will sacrifice one of your spell or trap cards in order to halt the effects of two monsters. This, it feels like a little bit of a reference to the Battle of One Castle. Because the two monsters that I assume the two monsters is going to out the effects is Cao Cao's nephew and his son. The two relatives of Cao Cao that died at One Castle because of the stratagems of Joshu, you know. But one of them could also be Dian Wei, theoretically, because Dian Wei basically got wounded by so many arrows. He was killed during One Castle. Dian Wei was badly wounded to defend Cao Cao, and thus his effect gets off. So it does make sense that the Joshu as an Alvin effect. It absolutely fits for him. Let's see, what's the other effect? Let's see. If a card your opponent's control is destroyed by battle card effect, you turn away ancient warriors and in your graveyard, except himself, and either to his hand. Makes sense. You can only use it. Okay. So yeah. Also after someone is defeated, he will call someone back from the graveyard. That's nice of Joshu. And then we have also, if I can zoom it, let's just Liu Xuan. Okay, there. That's Liu Xuan de Liu Bei. We have Liu Bei. That's a very majestic representation of Liu Bei, as you can see. With the twin swords, the dragon look. While you control another ancient warrior monster, your opponent controls this card for attacks. So what does he do basically? That other ancient warriors will protect Liu Bei. For example, let's assume that Guan Yu and Zhang Fei are on the field. They will not let Liu Bei get attacked. This is absolutely 100% accurate, this first effect. You can only use each of the following effects. Yes, two effects, I think. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can send one card from your hand to the field, or from the field to the graveyard. Special summon one ancient warrior's monster from your deck, except himself. Or when an attack is declared involving another of your another ancient warriors, you can draw one card. That seems to be very opportunist for Liu Bei to just have other ancient warriors sacrificed, because you can see like a lot of his subordinates gave his life for Liu Bei. They cared a lot about Liu Bei, so all these effects of Liu Bei are 100% accurate indeed. And the next is none other than our Zhuge Kongming. If this card is added from the deck to your hand by an effect of Ancient Warrior card, you can special summon it. That fits, because that's basically how Liu Bei is just summoned, because Liu Bei has the effect. Doesn't he add the effect to add Ancient Warriors monster or something? I don't know, remember, but yeah. It makes sense, definitely. As soon as he gets excavated from the deck, boom, Kongming makes his way to the field. When a spell or trap card is activated, you can send one face-up ancient warrior continuous spell trap that you control to the graveyard. Negate the activation, so he's a negative effort for a spell trap card. That's perfect. Kongming. When a monster effort is activated while you control ancient warriors, Liu Xuande, it's an effect related to Liu Bei. You can send one face-up ancient warriors continuous spell trap card you control to the graveyard. Negate the activation. So he also has an effect, a cooperative effect with Liu Bei, as you can see, which is something that other ancient warrior cards do not have. They don't seem to have. Oh wait! I don't think I have reviewed this one, the Mighty Lubu. No review Lubu. I'm sorry. I don't think I have. Now let's have a look at Lubu. Cannot be normal summon, instead must be special summon from your hand by control the highest attack ancient warrior monster on the field, even if it's died. Of course, because Lubu only wants like the strongest. He just wants to serve. He doesn't like. He just wants. He's basically a display of might for Lubu. You can only special summon ancient warriors, rebellious Lu Feng Xiang, Lubu, once per turn this way. During the main phase. During the main phase, it's a quick effort. You can destroy the one face on monster your opponent control with the highest attack. My choice if it's tied. You cannot active monster effect the turn you acted this effect except ancient warriors. So, okay. Once per turn during any phase, if your opponent controls a monster with the highest attack on the field, if it's like you control this card. Oh my god! Oh no! This Lubu betrays you, even if you. Oh no! I need to be careful when I play Lubu. Lubu fucking betrays you. I can't fucking believe it. No, no, remove. He betrays you. He fucking betrays you, the bastard of three fathers. I can't believe it. Holy shit, guys. Holy fucking shit. Lubu betrays you. Like, really? Oh god, it betrays you. Right. See, there we are. Deception and betrayal. That's the representation of Lubu betraying Donjo. During your main phase, you can spell summon one ancient warrior monster with your hand. And if you do, take damage equal to its level. Per 100. Okay, that's not too bad. You can send this face-up card from the spell or trap zone to the graveyard to target one ancient warrior monster on the field. Change it to any attribute. Then if you target an opponent monsters, you can take control. Oh, that's not bad. You can only use it after. Okay, that makes sense. The 3 visits. The 3 visit. The 3 visit. Look at Guan Yu, Liu Bei, and Zhang Fei visiting Zhuge hut. During your main phase, if you normal special summon Ancient Warrior, you can target one of those monsters. Add one Ancient Warrior monster with a different name from your deck to your hand. And this card is sent from the spell or travels going to the graveyard. You can special summon one Ancient Warrior's monster from your hand. So it makes sense because you do special summon a lot. So obviously, you special summon. The 3 visit is a special summon thing, as you can see. Liu Bei summoning, or well, yeah, Liu Bei trying to summon the sleeping dragon to come to his side. It makes sense. This 3 visit is definitely accurate. And borrowing arrows. Borrowing arrows. You can target one face-up monster your opponent controls and one ancient warrior monster you control. Until the end of the turn, all the opponent's monster attack, and if you do, add the lost attack to your monsters. That's perfect because that's basically the strategies that Zhuge Liang use to steal arrows. As you can see, it attached lots of straws, man, to the boat because there was fog. So Cao Cao's army thought it was an actual army, but they were only straws, man, and they started shooting arrows. This was a tactic of Zhuge Liang that he used to the battle should be to gather as much arrows as possible because they needed arrows to carry on the fire attack because they were short of arrows. So, and yeah, Zhuge Liang managed to gather quite lots of arrows from it. Add the last attack to your monster. Yeah, so basically, it's a sock. It sucks the attack of one of your opponent's monsters and adds it to yours. Perfect for this card, definitely. And the South Ace Wind. South. There's 2 versions TCG. Let's go with the TCG. The official one. You must send this card to the graveyard during your second standby phase. After activation, once per turn during your main phase, toss a coin. And if the result is heads, send this card to the graveyard. If this card is sent from the spell trap zone to the graveyard, you can activate this effect. This turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effect in response to this card to the activation of your Ancient Warriors cards and effects. Also, until the end of the turn, all Ancient Warrior effect monster you currently control gain this effect. When this card declares an attack, you can destroy one card your opponent's control. Okay, so basically this makes your Ancient Warriors monsters immune for cards effects, and every time they declare an attack, they can destroy a card. So yeah, the Southeast Winds is supposed to be the fuel for the fire attack. So it makes sense that this gives a boost. Okay, now the last one, the Sun Liu Alliance. Can't believe Sun Chen has purple hair. And this is Joyu. If you control Ancient Warrior monster with 2 or more different attributes, you can declare one attribute. Your opponent cannot activate the effect of monsters they currently control with that attribute until the end of his turn, even this card leaves the field. If your opponent special summon a monster or you activate an Ancient Warrior monster's effect, etc. damage step, you can make all Ancient Warrior monsters control gain 300 attack for each Ancient Warrior monsters they control until the end of his turn. Even the card leaves the field. Okay, so basically, Sun Liu Alliance, what they do, they will choose an attribute, so they are wind and water. They will choose the fire effect to think that it's the negative effects, I think. I forgot already. What does it do? But yeah, they basically go against the other attribute, basically. The wind and the water element. It does make a lot of sense. Wow. So that's basically it. Oh yeah, no, wait, there's another one, sorry. The last one. Ancient Warrior Oath. Double Dragon Lords. Unfortunately, this is the only extra deck monster for the Ancient Warriors. Sadly, the Ancient Warriors have not seen many cards. As you can see, many important cards are missing, like Zhao Yun, for example. So we don't even have all the 5 Tiger Generals. We only have 2, Guan Yu and Zheng. That sucks. Alright, what does it do? 2 Beast Warriors monsters, including a wind. So yeah, one of them has to be a wind. All Ancient Warriors monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense. You can only use each of the following effects. Ancient Warriors all Double Dragon Lords. Once per turn, if this card is linked summoned, you can add one Ancient Warriors monster card from your deck to your hand. You can send one card from your hand or field to the graveyard, then target one card your opponent controls, return to the hand. Okay, so it does mix the effects of Liu Bei and Zhuge excavating from the deck and returning cards to the hand, I think. It does mix the effect. It doesn't even have much of an egg attack, as you can see. I mean, it's a Link monster as well. So, I'm not sure if this deck is any good. It does not seem to have lots of supports, but it still will be fun to use. So that's it for the 3 Kingdoms monsters, guys. Well, I do hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I guess this is everything. I'll see you guys soon. I'm not sure if there's going to be another video, but yeah, I will make some videos like this, because why not? For those who wants to follow me on the purple side, on Twitch, let's just say Twitch, who cares? You can do so by following the links on descriptions. I will stream very often on Twitch. So thanks a lot for all the support, and I'll see you guys to the next videos or the next stream. Stay tuned and take care.